Okay, so I think we're about ready to set this engine in the Ultracruiser, so we'll go over kind of a last minute check stuff here with you. You can see I've installed the stainless steel pipes. This is what Scott sends with them. It's just a painted black pipe, which we just upgrade a little bit for the customer. Motor mount, I've got the motor mount pieces set in the bottom here, then this goes over the top. It's a AN5-20, I'm sorry, AN6-20 bolt that'll go in it when we set it in the airplane. Prop flange, I always leave this stopped at top dead center. The reason for that is when you go to put the prop on, the prop is going to set here from, if you're looking at it from the front, 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock or whatever. And then the counterweight, of course, goes on over here at 9 o'clock. So it's marked on there that this is the front, goes on these two holes. Of course, these two bolts will be longer than the other 4 bolts. We've got to add some oil to it. We use Valvoline VR1 2050. There's other oils. Your information from Scott's probably the best thing to go with that. The dipstick, we want to verify that it's full of oil once it's in the airplane, just to make sure that's marked properly. I can pull that out here quick, and Scott marks it with a. No, you're not going to be able to see. You can kind of see it. There's two marks on there. He grinds a ring in it. So with the tail up and level, what we find is it should be just about at the top mark if it's a tail dragger and it's sitting on the ground. So that's just a good go-to check. Of course, we don't have the vent breather hose in. We'll do that once we get it in the airplane. I leave the spark plug wires off just because we're going to be rotating it when we put the prop hub on and prop and spinner. So I just leave them lay there. I temporarily strap them with tie wraps, just they're loosely on there so I can still reposition them if I need to. I'll caution you here when you set it in, be sure that you watch down here when it sets in to the fuselage that you don't hit the skin when you're positioning the airplane down, because these dent the push tube, the valve, the lifter tubes dent really easy. So just keep an eye on that when you get down in there. We talked about the mag timing before. You can see that now I've got it's timed. I put the hash mark on there so we know what top dead center is. Of course, if you change the mag, it's not going to have that mark, so keep in mind that you're going to have to redo that if that has to happen. We've got our carburetor mounted. You can see that I've added the little ball link just for your reference so you know how that's going to go on there from the throttle. Our choke is in place, works really well. Manual choke there. I've got the adapter in for the oil temperature probe. That's all set, ready to go. And then of course the oil pressure fitting is in and ready for that to be hooked up. I think that's about it. I mentioned the mounting bolts are they're AN5 or AN6-20. And of course it's got the steel sleeve in it, as I mentioned before. You just tighten that down. I'm sorry, there's a washer that goes on there for the compression. So just tighten that down till the bottom's out, and you're good to go. More on this as we get the engine in the airplane.